reality TV star has hit back at her critics who have accused her of being a benefits scrounger and called her a SL. Mom of 6 Natalee Carucci has been hit with a barrage of abuse after appearing on the Channel 5 program Who Needs a Man When You've Got a Spray Tan. The cast features single mums from Liverpool, but critics claim the show reinforces negative stereotypes of women from Merseyside. Natalee isn't bothered by the abuse and has rejected claims she is scrounging off benefits, telling the Liverpool Echo she only recently left her job to take care of her children, including 2 with conditions that require regular medical attention. She said, "People are always going to see something and take out what they want to take out of it. There are 4 mums and the show airs for an hour, that's around 15 minutes of airtime, in that you are not going to know someone." Natalee said she was unfairly criticized for being unemployed and because her 6 children were fathered by 3 different men. She said, "Last year was a really bad year, for legal reasons I can't discuss it, but the children and I had a really bad time, everything was so miserable and unhappy. I thought doing the show will give us something positive to focus on, rather than the bad stuff." The Channel 5 program has since been renamed Spray Tan Mums, Single and Proud. She told the Echo she has spent most of her adult life working full-time, but recently left employment to focus on her children. She added, "My first job was when I was studying a GNVQ in business administration at Halton College. I'd finished school and from 4:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. I would work in a home improvements firm, and then every evening I worked in a chippy. I was saving up money, as my mom and dad had decided to emigrate to Aspen, Colorado. So when I was 16 years old and had saved up enough money, I paid for my plane ticket to America." Natalee said she worked odd jobs in the U.S., including babysitting, began medical training, and then worked on an ambulance as an emergency medical technician. It's where she also fell in love. She said, "I met my girl's dad, Michael, in Aspen. At first we were friends, but then we started dating, later becoming engaged. She married Michael when she was 18 and gave birth to 3 daughters, Elisia in 2003, Madalyne in 2005 and Gianna in 2008. They continued to live in the ski resort of Aspen, where Natalee worked as a cake designer and managed her parents' restaurant. The family then moved to Florida, opening a property management maintenance company, she said. But after her parents moved back to the UK in 2009, she felt like she no longer belonged in the US. Following irreconcilable differences in her marriage, she left her husband of 10 years and moved back to England. She said, "I moved back in with Mum and started from scratch. I left Michael and didn't take anything from him, but I did take the kids." Back in the UK, Natalee said she looked after terminally ill cancer patients and people with disabilities. She met her second partner, an old friend she reconnected with while studying A-levels at Halton College, hoping to begin a paramedic course. In 2010, she became pregnant with Riley, her fourth child and first son, who was born prematurely at 32 weeks after she suffered a hemorrhage. Her relationship with Riley's father ended a short time later, and she continued to work despite her son's increasing bowel problems, she said. A year later, Natalee met a new man and gave birth to her fifth child, Patty, in 2014. She said she continued to work at the healthcare company while trying to focus on Riley's health problems. He had been incontinent from birth, leaving him with no control over his bowel movements. Doctors also recognized behaviors that led them to believe he could be on the autism spectrum. Natalee's daughter Gianna, meanwhile, was diagnosed with left-sided hemiplegia and chronic idiopathic angioedema. The condition would cause her to have an anaphylaxis reaction whenever she was in a stressful situation or became too excited. Both children spent time in and out of hospital for numerous operations, which often resulted in complications. Natalee said, "It was heartbreaking to watch, but it came to the point where working became too hard. I couldn't work properly. I was like a zombie. I was completely burnt out. I'd finish work, pick the kids up from school, sleep at the hospital, then start again in the morning. I was trying to work, but in the end, I thought, well, I have just got to give it up for my kids." She said she ended her third relationship before rekindling it again. By 2017, she was engaged and had welcomed her sixth child, Mackenzie. However, Natalee said she ended the relationship with Mackenzie's father at the beginning of 2018 because it was unhealthy. She said she hasn't looked back, adding, "I have had people asking me out on dates, but I have been through a hellacious time. I would rather stay single and focus on the kids. The house is happier, and really it means I don't have to look after a seventh child." Read more top news stories from Mirror Online.